when you feel overwhelmed or maybe you feel stuck, what is it that you do? What's advice that you go through, or maybe just a routine that you do to either avoid being stuck, overwhelmed, or just when you get there and you're in that funk, how do you get out?
Again, if I'm going through that anxiety, overwhelmed, I just tell her, I can tell when she's in a down time, and you just, pull her hair. Mm-hmm. And exactly. We just pull each other back.
Yeah.
The Collaborative Entrepreneur.
Hey, welcome back to the Collaborative Entrepreneur, the show where we aim to build partnerships in order to grow our businesses. I'm your host, Tracy Currington, and I'm excited about this episode because I have two ladies that's going to be on this program. They're pretty amazing people, very close to me, know them for a couple of years now, and they're just doing some amazing work. I hope to have them on here a second time because there's actually two parts to, there's actually multiple parts that they have going on in their life. But the second part that I think we can spend an entire episode on. So I'll have them on at a later date. But for now, we're gonna tease out what they're doing right now. Let me do this. I did this on our last episode and it was helpful to some of my viewers. So I want to help you to understand, what does the collaborative entrepreneur mean? Because it seems like two healthy words, right? Collaborative and entrepreneur. I'm gonna consider that you already know what "the" means. So collaborative. Collaborative is just basically, it means to be produced or conducted by two or more parties and they're working together. So I think I like collaboration a whole lot better than I like cooperation. Cooperation sounds like I have to be in the room, that I have to meet with you. And certainly there's some people in your life, my life, that we have to be around, that we have to get along. Collaboration means that we want to be there, that we want to be along, that we love being together because we feel like we're better when we're together. And then entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is like a buzzword that goes around today. And entrepreneur is basically, it means it's a person who organizes and operates a business or even businesses like the people that we have on our show today. And basically what they're doing is they're willing to take on greater than normal risks in order to bring something that didn't exist, bring it forward. And so we have the collaborative entrepreneur. So I hope that makes sense to you because I love what we do, but I want you to understand fully well what the podcast is all about. So I have entrepreneurs on the show with whom I have been collaborating for a little while now. And I just want to introduce, like I always do, have you ever wanted to delve into the minds of somebody that you feel like is going places? Somebody who you feel like you could learn something from, their experiences that would benefit you? Well, if you have, you are in the right place. In today's conversation, I'm going to be talking to two sister entrepreneurs who are twins, and they're growing their business. They're learning along the way, and they're authors. They're also realtors, they're entrepreneurs, and they're deeply involved in their community. Our conversation will not only take a deeper dive into their story to find out what motivates them in their business, to discover the wins and the learns that they've had along the way, but also we're going to get some valuable insights from their life, some lessons that no doubt they're going to teach us from their entrepreneurial journey. And I know it'll help you on yours. So get yourself your cup of coffee. Mine is the Star Trek. And then make sure you got a notepad, because I know that, and a pen. They're going to drop some bombs. You're going to want to write those golden nuggets down as your takeaways from the podcast, and get engaged, get ready to learn from these two entrepreneurs, the property twins. So Dianne, welcome to the Collaborative Entrepreneur.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
I am so glad to have you with us today, and thank you for accepting the invitation to be on the show.
And absolutely.
So I want to start this way. I start this way with all of the guests that we have on here. We need to have a little bit of bio skills. Now, I know a little bit about you, but I guarantee you there's so many things that I don't know yet about you that I just want you to give us just a brief background, just so we can have context about the two woo-mates. I love when we first got to meet, the first thing, like you said woo-mates, and I had never heard that before. And I had to ask you again, like, wait, what'd you say? Like, you guys are roommates? And like, no, woo-mates. And I didn't get it at first. And I think we were doing Financial Peace University together. And you guys said roommates, and I thought after that, that was so clever. And I felt so stupid because I had to ask you what that meant. But so give us the backdrop about where you've been, how you've come through, and how that leads you up to where we are today.
Well, we started 50 some odd years ago together, and 50 some odd years
Thank you for
later,
being very unclear
still-
about how long ago that was.
Yeah, it's a give or take number, and we've been together since then. We were separated by miles for a few years, raising our families, and so about 20 years ago, we got put back together in the same town. So since that time, we've been growing ourselves to get separately together, I guess, and learning more about ourselves and each other, and learning about our strengths and our weaknesses. And along the way, we've done a few things, but one day we just decided, why not try something really fun and different? And so we started to study to get our licenses and
Real estate license.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so wait a minute. I got to back up here because so you spent the first 3 decades of your life not being connected together?
No. We were raised together, and
Okay.
then after marriage, we got pulled apart.
Okay.
By marriage,
I got
you know.
For family and obligations. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was like, wow, whoa, this just took a turn that I didn't know about. Okay. All right. So for the last 20 years, you guys have been connected as realtors on this journey?
Well, she moved to Ardmore 20 years ago, where I am.
Okay.
So prior to that, we didn't live in the same town. We
Okay.
grew up in Western Oklahoma,
Okay.
and she moved to Ardmore, and I stayed in Elk City until about 20 years ago, when I joined her down here.
Mm-hmm.
So we were long distance twins for a while,
Okay.
raising our families. And
So go ahead. I interrupted.
well, now that the kids are all grown, we have time to spend on ourselves.
Okay. So you said about real estate, you're like, I wanted to try something fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So what on my side of real estate, like, and I see all realtors, I mean, they're blowing and going, they're involved in so many different things. They got this network of people and everything. There's some personality types that are be like, that does not sound fun. So what is it that makes what you do so fun, so enjoyable for you guys?
I enjoy making new friends and
Okay.
and showing people around Ardmore and Southern Oklahoma. I really enjoy that. And watching people's face when they see a house that they don't like, and then finding houses that they do. And then it's just a mission. We're just on a mission to
It's
find
like
the right
playing
house.
matchmakers.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And then it's the adrenal rush when they decide to make an offer, and then we're the whole offer process. It's great. It's different.
We're both, since we're from a different part of the state, moving down to Southern Oklahoma, it's wow. So we love showing off this area.
Mhm.
And so when we get a chance to show the lake or what Ardmore has to offer, we really love doing that. And in the process, while we've been taking growth classes
For years and years and learning about ourselves, we've learned what my strengths are or her weaknesses,
and what her weaknesses are
my strengths. So we've bonded that together, where
she's stronger.
a more outgoing people person.
I like to do the paperwork and do the background, and that, most realtors are one or the other, and they struggle with one side or the other. So for us, it's like teamwork. And when we go show a house, one of us can talk to the wife and the other can talk to the husband, or one of us is entertaining the kids and the other one is entertaining the parents. So it seems to be a win-win.
Yeah.
I don't know how individual realtors do it. I do not. It's a team thing for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, I was just going to say, what a great team that I like. So if what you said, like, we got into the real estate because she's the process person, I'm the people person, and we made a great team, and it just made sense.
Even though we're identical twins, we do have different personalities.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and identical twins, that is, I see the, just from my time to get to be with you in masterminds and in growth environments, other events and everything, I see the differences. And then I also see the similarities. I see the similarities because of family and because of just you're both kind people. So I can see that pretty easy, but then I can see where one takes off this way and the other takes off this way. And it's funny that in our times together, somebody will come up to me like, wait, which one's Dianne and which one's Dianne? I won't tell you who said that, but
well, we get it all the time. Often people don't even use our name because they're afraid they'll get it wrong. So we're used to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's close enough to where you could like say, oh no, that's what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I just say
both,
my nickname.
both with double N's, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say my nickname is Dianne.
Mm-hmm.
So what about in the time of how long have you been in the space of being a realtor?
We're on our 4th year.
Okay. So
We're still kind of new.
So 4 years in, what has been your greatest achievement so far in this journey that you had from growing up together, from being separated for a little bit, now being together, and then entering in this together? What has been your your proudest achievement in life? You both have different ones for that one, but then tell me about that. What's been the biggest learn as you've come in the last 4 years of real estate?
I think for me, it's, for years and years, I've taken odd classes, underwater basket weaving and things like that just for fun. And to take a class like a growth class and start learning about yourself, it's eye-opening. And once you start learning about yourself, then you can start learning about others. And once you start learning about others, you start to see traits and you can work with them. And for us,
Even though we were in our 50s when we learned this would be a great retirement for us to grow into throughout our next however many years and retire
doing this as a fun thing together.
Mm-hmm. Love that. What about Dianne? What is your proudest achievement?
Well, I'm still learning every single day. There's not a day goes by that we don't learn something new in the real estate world or even in life, right?
Yeah.
When you quit learning, you're dead. So just learning more and more about real estate.
Mm-hmm. So I want to share this with my listeners. So guys and gals, you may not, if you know the Property Twins, you know the kindness and they're very very friendly. But what's really cool in some of the masterminds that I've had with them is if ever I'm learning something new, I know that if I were to share it with them, they're going to eat it right up. I know that they're going to be like, oh, I want to know that. So like what you said about like your biggest achievement is always learning something new and every day looking to learn something new. So some of the apps that we've shared with each other and some of the, like, especially now that we're in kind of the artificial intelligence type world and seeing how that can relate to our businesses and grow us in those areas. It's been really cool because, like your eyes light up with Gavin, my marketing guy, for those who don't know this on the call, when he shares something and you guys are like, oh, we got to try that. We got to do this. And it's been really cool to see that happen.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are still learning too.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's nice that y'all are still humble as well and open to learning too.
Yeah.
So we're learning from you.
Yes. And that is exactly why you are the perfect candidates to be on Collaborative Entrepreneur, because you're the epitome of what we're trying to do. I'm learning, you're learning. Hey, let's get on together and let's share our learns with other people.
Yeah.
So speaking of the learns, for the past 4 years being in starting your own real estate company, what's the biggest learn?
Well, you know, for a while, we didn't realize that we had different personalities. We knew it, but we didn't know it. So certainly these last 4 years, we've learned that her natural is doing the behind the scenes, the paperwork, the computer work. My natural is with the people out in the public. So realizing that, it's been big for us.
Yeah. And rolling with it instead of fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of expecting me to do the computer crap. I'm not doing that.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say. I would love to do on the people side. I'm not going to be the technical genius. That's not me.
Not me either.
What about the, so you guys have mentioned, both of you at separate times so far, you'd mentioned about the development and growing yourself, learning. It takes, like you said, Dianne, about humility. It takes humility to understand, I don't know everything. I have assets and liabilities, strengths and weaknesses, and then to be able to admit what they are and understand, like, I'm going to stay on my strength side because that's my sweet spot. You can stay on yours, and we'll get a lot more accomplished. That what the place for. So somebody's watching this episode, and they really don't know, like, how to take themselves on for growth, how to take themselves on and challenge themselves to develop and come to that knowledge, that recognizing the strengths and weaknesses. What advice would you give them?
I would say take a class, read a book, and then find a partner. Find a partner. I think that was huge for us. Just knowing that we've got each other to play off of and to encourage. When I'm frustrated, she's not. So basically, she takes hold of me and just drags me on, and vice versa. If she
we get back on our
Feet again, or if I start getting discouraged,
down and discouraged, he pulls me by the hair and pulls me back up, and
here we go again.
right,
And you've got to have a person that you can play off of that is your strength when you're at your weakest.
and to have a team person that you can share with and trust and know that you've got each other's back no matter what.
Wow.
It really does. It really
It does matter.
we talk all the time how we don't understand how an individual realtor does it by themselves. It's so much work. You're expected to be too many places at the same time. And if you have a partner in it, it sure makes life a whole lot easier.
It really does.
I would strongly
what?
I would strongly suggest anybody find your best friend, your other half, whatever it is, and figure out what you want to do in life and just do it.
Love that.
Just
I
start
wrote
taking
down the
classes.
word. Go ahead. What's that?
Just start taking classes, any kind of classes, cake decorating, cooking classes,
knitting classes until you find something and somebody that you click
with, and just keep going with it.
Read
some Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a blessing that like when we got to get connected on our first mastermind together, and I wasn't even the facilitator. And then now we've got to have a couple of masterminds together under our belt where I was the facilitator, and just growing together. Like you guys said, having that support. And I know that wasn't a word that you chose, but I had recently, well, it's almost been every person that I've had on Collaborative Entrepreneur, they've said something about a team, or you guys use the word partner, or one guy used the word support. Just having that support to that enables you to grow.
Yeah.
It's 4 sets of eyes instead of just 2.
Yeah.
Compounded effort.
Yeah. And we're better. Sometimes we say 2's always better than 1.
It's true.
Yeah. What is the if there were a downside to the entrepreneurial space, to being, I mean, you're stepping out, because I know your story, as I know the story of both you working jobs, coming together, and then one leaving and everything. Tell us that, because there seems to be like entrepreneur where somebody's got a day job and then they're trying to bring this dream out. Like, tell me, like, because that's got to be a struggle. So tell me about that.
And if I have to wait on her, I get so frustrated. And I know she's frustrated being locked down. I say she's at prison, but I'm sure she doesn't really feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure she.
So Dianne, you're still working your full-time day job.
I am.
And then
I am.
moonlighting as the realtor on the process side.
Yeah, I do a lot of the paperwork and computer work in the evenings, and then we show properties together on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we do our
And
listings.
evenings.
Yeah, a lot of the evenings.
And weekends is when we do a lot of our showings and things like that. So we're together a lot on the weekends and in the evenings. She lines things up for us, and come 5 o'clock, we're hitting it. So it really works out well.
Yeah. What about the like if there was something that like in the last 4 years you're like, whoa, I didn't know it was going to be like this, or didn't see that coming. What was one of those moments for you guys on your journey?
The hit or miss, the times when the contract falls through,
Oh, okay.
or when we've worked so hard to help find somebody at the right home, or when they decide to sell their home and then at the last minute they change their mind. You never count it until you're at closing table.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a done deal till you're at the closing table.
Ooh,
So many things can happen in the middle.
I didn't expect that one of us would be able to quit our jobs as quick as we did.
I didn't realize we would be doing so
Well, so fast that
she could
just quit her job and we're rolling on.
Yeah, well, congratulations on being
Thank you.
able to go full time on that, the success you've had in the last 4 years. I wrote down, I love that statement. I think is a great takeaway. I just want to remind those that are watching, never a done deal until closing.
Right.
And I think that like you guys are in like probably one of the elites of sales, salesmen and women that are in the realtor space. Those that are in the automotive space. I mean, like those are people, maybe they're selling appliances and everything, but that's not like what it is like what it was and what it is today.
Right.
Even the automobile industry is changing. And I know that there's some that like are buying houses over the web. I mean, like, I know there's like a facelift going on in the realtor space, but to say it's never a done deal until closing, I think that applies to everybody in sales.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. Don't count it till it's done.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, like you and I think the biggest learn that I'm thinking on that is learning how to close the deal. Learning how to close would be a great thing to be developed in. What about, okay, so the last 4 years, learning something new, getting your realtor license and everything, when you feel overwhelmed or maybe you feel stuck, what is it that you do? What's advice that you go through, or maybe just a routine that you do to either avoid being stuck, overwhelmed, or just when you get there and you're in that funk, how do you get out?
Again, if I'm going through that anxiety, overwhelmed, I just tell her,
I can tell when she's in a down.
Time, and you just pull her hair and
exactly. We just pull each other back.
Yeah.
The other one
take a shower, brush your teeth, put some real clothes on. We gotta go.
Yeah, or we just pick up the pieces and go. If she's having anxiety, I'll take over doing whatever until she's calmed down and at a good spot again. So
It doesn't last long for either one of us.
Yeah. So the theme, and like what's so cool about these episodes that I get to do is the theme like reveals itself. It's not like I don't start out like, okay, this is the theme that we're gonna have. It's twins that are realtors. I mean, like that's not the theme. Like what I'm hearing a lot is we keep on going back to the support system, to having that partner, to having that person that's got your back, that kind of thing. And that's really what an inspiration that is to other entrepreneurs that are on their own, that are struggling, that are, maybe they're the process person, but they know they got to get out and network and meet people, and they're just struggling to do that. Like, wait, maybe I know somebody that I can go into partnership with. I can build a team that way that could do the things I don't want to do.
absolutely.
What about so a principle in your life that like that the people that know you best, could be your clients that have worked with you. I know that my family have used you on different occasions. Some of the people in our church have used you in different occasions. And so what do you think what would be like one principle that's lived out in your life that everybody around you would know, yep, that's the Property Twins?
We're gonna get it done.
We're gonna have a positive attitude. Whatever goes down, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get mad.
We're going to fix it.
Yeah.
Love that. I love it. And I think that you know, like getting it done, that I can do attitude mixed with that positive attitude. I would agree. The positive attitude. So some of the things that we went through, you know, and just like you said, it's never done until it's done. It's never done until it's closed. And, you know, my son having conversations, well, are they going to buy it? Are they not going to buy it? Are they going to do this? And going back and forth, and just hearing his story about you guys walking, kind of holding his hand, walking through that. And I could hear in his voice, the positive attitude of you two coming out. So I can testify to that. I think that's true. Have you ever, the way I illustrate this question is like there's names, like, so my wife and I, when we first got pregnant, we got, you know, What to Expect When You're Expecting, you know, like all these books that we thought we had to have. It was just silly. But now, you know, 8 children now, but that's silly. But we got a book of names, like what are we going to name the baby? And it was so funny when we went through the book of names, we were deciding on the name, and when we'd say, hey, what about so-and-so, or here's a girl's name, or here's a boy's name, like, oh, no way, I had this guy in first grade and I've never named my kid that, because the name carries with it an identity, a theme of their life. And so like Property Twins, positive attitude go hand in hand.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. So, okay, what about the trait that you're looking to learn more of, that you know that will help your benefit your business better?
Just growing, staying growth minded.
And understanding people and where they may be in their life.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, when somebody's in a bad mood, we don't know what kind of day they've had. We don't know what's led to that. So if we can just be positive around them and bring them back out of that mindset.
So having a growth mindset in yourself, positive attitude, and what you're saying is, if I learn to understand people, that helps my business a whole lot better.
Oh yeah.
It's good. What a life lesson that you love teaching other people. So if you were going to mentor somebody else who's coming in your way, and they're like, hey, after this episode, they hit you up on Facebook or Messenger, or, you know, they find you on LinkedIn, whatever it was, they get hooked up with you, and they're like, I need somebody, you know, to show me the way. What is one of the life lessons that you'd love to teach other people?
I can tell you for myself, whatever you want, if you want it, you can have it if you're willing to work for it.
Yeah. There's that 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Work. It's going to take work.
Yep.
What about
but
you,
the
Dianne?
reward is so great. Once you've done the WORK, the reward is so great.
Yeah. What's that life lesson that you love to share?
That you can do anything you want to do if you want to do it bad enough.
Is there this, like, just coming off the cuff here, is there anything that you felt like, I want to do that, but after getting into it, you're like, what in the world am I doing here?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we were there. Yes. Yeah.
I was thinking about underwater basket weaving. Like, I was just thinking, like, when you said that, Dianne, I was like, I would be under there like, what am I doing here?
It's hard. You have to really focus.
Yeah.
Really focus.
I guess you would.
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
Tracy, ask her to see any of the baskets she's made.
Okay, what about these baskets?
There are none.
I have none.
Okay, so
you didn't want it bad enough.
I didn't want it.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. I wouldn't want it bad enough too. Hold your breath underwater making a basket. That doesn't. No. That's like swimming with the sharks. I'll watch somebody else in Shark Week do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want that bad enough.
Tracy, when you're on the beach and you hear that music, get away from the water. I don't know. All those other people in the movies, they would go to the water.
When they hear that music.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is listen for the eerie music and just stay away.
Get away.
Yeah.
I don't
Great
understand
advice.
it.
A great nugget of truth here. Great advice. So somebody's listening to it. They're a young entrepreneur. They're looking to go into business for themselves. What advice, if they're just starting out, they want to know what's going to prepare me best? Maybe they're just coming out of high school. Maybe they're coming out of college, or maybe they got a divorce and now they're kind of restarting their life. And what they know that I'm done doing for other people. I want to do for myself. I want to bring something amazing into it. How do they prepare?
I think the only way is to learn yourself. And if you think just sitting around the house thinking is going to teach you everything about yourself, you're just backing up. You've got to do some search, like reading John Maxwell or Grant Cardone or classes.
Absolutely. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to get out and start something new, you've got to get out in the public and get with like-minded people for sure.
Stay with the like-minded people.
Yeah, that's golden right there. Like-minded people. Like-minded people, and if you can find like-minded people that share your same values, that's
Absolutely.
even the bonus.
Well, you can find your partner there.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. So, one more thing. Well, two more questions I want to ask. What should someone be focusing on right now if they're entering it? They want to enter into. I know the real estate space is shifting. Everything's shifting and adjusting through technology and advancements and AI and all this kind of stuff. What should someone, now that you're in it for 4 years, they want to enter into real estate as a realtor, what should they be focused on to where they don't get? I guess what I'm asking is, there's a lot of shiny object syndrome. Squirrel, and like they get distracted here, and this person says I should do this. What should be the thing that they should start to focus on?
Social media.
Yeah.
Dianne, is that what you think too?
Yeah, and I think you have to understand other people too. When you understand other people, and we're still learning that, I'm still learning other people, but when you understand other people, you understand yourself better because there's comparison and understanding what you're going through and what somebody else is going through and how they process whatever it is they're going through helps you understand yourself too. Yeah. Self-awareness. Because you said about both of you at different times talked about supporting one another and learning to understand yourself so that you can in turn understand other people. I was thinking about personality assessments, Strength Finder, Myers-Briggs, DISC profile assessment. Yeah, and that's the whole mantra is that, like Socrates said, know yourself, understand others, so that you can adapt. So you can adapt to who they are. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, I can see that so much now through the clarity you've given us on this call about learning. If you know who you are and you will take the time to understand somebody else, you can learn how to adapt to them to be what they need you to be in that moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. And understand that they may be in a negative spot in their life and not take anything they say or do personal. It may be something they're going through.
Yeah,
they normally wouldn't.
You guys both said when I asked about like what should they be focused on. Dianne went to the technical world, the process side. You went to the people side. But like social media, learning and growing in that thing where we can present our work, our MLS list, the listings to the people, and like I want to understand people better. I want to understand how to connect with them better through technology and everything, because that's how they're searching things out. Some people are just getting their news through social media, which is a little bit scary.
Yeah.
So how can somebody connect with you guys? How can they get hooked up with you guys for whether they're looking for a realtor or they're looking for just some to hit you up with some questions that they had that you prompted through this time, what would be the best way for them to contact you guys?
Well, email or phone or Facebook Messenger.
Oh, would it be, what's the email address?
ThePropertyTwins@Yahoo.
All right, The Property Twins at Yahoo. And then when they look for you on Facebook, what's the business page?
The Property Twins. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Property Twins. Okay. Okay. Well, ladies, I have really enjoyed our time together, and I'm so honored to have you joining me on the call here today. Did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
So did I.
We appreciate your time. We appreciate
are.
being around you. You're such a positive light to be around.
Yes.
Absolutely. You guys are too. And remember what they said, ladies and gentlemen, they said like-minded, like-valued people. Find them to bring them into your business with you, to partner with them, support you, to have your back, and then learn to understand and relate, connect with them so that can grow your business. I want to thank everybody else who joined us on the call today. Thank you for following TMC Coaching. Now you can learn more about me, what I do at tmccoaching.org is where you can learn that, and we can connect, get on the discovery call. If I might be able to serve you and what I might be able to help you in, I'd love to do that, how we can work together. Just hit me up at Tracy at tmccoaching.org, and I'd love to talk with you, find out what you are doing, maybe even have you as a guest on the Collaborative Entrepreneur. So until next time, y'all, surround yourself with great people who can elevate your thinking and inspire you to dig deep and do more. Until next time, we'll talk to you then.
On behalf of Tracy, thank you for watching this episode of the Collaborative Entrepreneur Podcast. Be sure to like this video and turn on notifications for future episodes coming out every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to learn more about Tracy and the work that he does, you can find us at 180turnarounds.com. Also on all social media platforms under 180 Turnarounds. If you want to get in touch with Tracy about being on the Collaborative Entrepreneur Podcast, you can do so by emailing us at tracy@tmccoaching.org. Let us know the industry that you're in, as well as some wins and learns that you've had along the way. So until next time, let's win together.